Good morning, Salle, and a happy Hug Your Parents Wednesday to all. Thank you so much for joining us on this Wednesday leading into our Easter break. And today, like every day on the show, we begin with a prayer. Now, today's prayer is going to be a little bit different. So let us remember that we are in the holy presence of God. Amen. Mary, the Queen and Mother of the Christian schools. Saint Joseph, our patron. Saint John Baptist de la Salle, live Jesus in our hearts. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the show this morning. And yes, the big surprise, I'm dressed in my Easter finest. So very excited to be dressed up on this Hug Your Parents Wednesday. Thank you for being here with us. This is our last show before we head into our Easter break. I really want to just dive on in here, talk a little bit about yesterday's show. Yesterday we celebrated the Saints thrashing the Dirty Birds in the dome-coming game. Stevie Gleason blocked the punt. We got one more photo from one of our students dressed in his black and gold, so we wanted to share that with you. So if we could bring the camera on in. There is the one and only Josh Andrews. He has his Alvin Kamara jersey on. A shout out there to AK and to Josh, our Kamara candle. No doubt very happy about that jersey. Now, also on yesterday's show, as you know, every Tuesday, I give my mom a crank call. And so yesterday, on the show here, we teased the cinematographer. We sort of rate her meals. Pretty good dinner. It's a 3-bean meal. And we started to rate her haircuts. Pretty good haircut. 2.5 scissor haircut. Well, yesterday on the show, I asked my mom to rate me as a child. 1 to 5 halos, where she thought I really fell on that scale. And she gave me 2 3/4 halos. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I was disappointed. I was hurt by that. But then I was really happy, really pleased. So many of you emailed in telling me to keep my head up, keep my focus. They said, Coach, That's really a pretty good rating, Coach. Listen, you could have had 1.5 halos. Like, hey, Coach, my mom might have given me 2 halos. So listen, I so appreciate the kind words from everyone out there, from my true riders. We appreciate that so much, helping me stay positive in the midst of that sort of rating. And of course, I am taking it with a grain of salt. My mom is getting up there in age. The memory, I think, she's likely got me completely confused with my evil and demented siblings who tortured my parents to no end. That's likely what happened. So I'm going to give her a pass on the 2 3/4 halo rating. Also in yesterday's show, I did share the news, and I was very excited. I shared the news that we were able to dismiss the cinematographer's lawsuit. She was asking for a different pay scale, but the guys in the truck, there was no truck. The guys in the truck were able to find just a crucial filming mistake that she had made in a previous show, so we were able to win the arbitration. And I was excited. Well, the emails just came pouring in support of the cinematographer. It's like her popularity skyrocketed. I mean, literally, it's like, Coach, everybody makes a mistake, yada, yada, yada. Coach, she's dealing with a rookie on the key grip, yada, yada, yada. Coach, do you want us to find all of your mistakes and broadcast them? Okay, listen, stop. Whoa, stop. Okay, let's put this to bed. Let's all agree. Let's all agree that the cinematographer is professionally competent, and let's put it to bed. She gets 3.5 tripods. No more. No more. 3.5 tripods. Okay, so now on every Wednesday show, and today will be no different, we do our second top 5 list of the week. So here we go. Yes, indeed. Today's top 5 list, incredibly appropriate. Today, we will share with you the top 5 ways to spend your time during this shelter-in-place Easter weekend. Now, we know that we are stuck at home, cannot gather, social distancing. So it's a different challenge this Easter weekend. So the top 5 ways to spend your time. Students, you may want to be taking notes here during the shelter-in-place Easter weekend. Here we go. Number 5. Sit in total silence, staring at TV set, waiting for sports to come on. Finally complete my paint by numbers portrait of the student body in the LaSalle star photo. Learn to crochet pattern of interlocking DLS. Spend time on entirely frivolous and unproductive activities like reading, exercising, and spending quality time with the family. And the number 1 way to spend your time during this shelter-in-place Easter weekend, Facebook Mass. So there you have it, our top 5 list of the day. Always appreciate the feedback. Please continue to keep the emails coming in. No, I'm not too busy. Please continue to send in those emails. Give me your feedback. Give me your thoughts on the show here. And now, students, a few things I wanted to announce. We are going to share with all of you a Lenten reflection from some of our students. We'll share that with you, if not later today, via email tomorrow. And there will also be a message to all of you from our athletic department at De La Salle over this break. So please keep your eyes out for that. And again, sadly, our last show of the week. Our next show will be next Tuesday when we return to school. So, without further ado, I do want to take this time, before we get to our song selection of the day, to provide you students with an Easter message. So we're going to get a little bit more reflective, a little more serious, some thoughts to share with all of you. So here we are. We're heading into the strangest, most challenging Easter that the world has ever known. And students, listen, we are all struggling with this, all of us. The frustration, the discomfort, it is universal. For all of us, not seeing our friends, having to get online every day, another Zoom call, another Google meeting. Listen, we're all worried about our families. We're all worried about our economy. We are worried about our world. Listen, I can barely watch the news for 15 minutes without wanting to take my TV and throw it out the window. So students, I am with you. This has been hard on me. I can only imagine how difficult it has been for you. But I want you to know we are with you. Now, the timing of Easter is in many ways perfect. Right now, we are all in need of redemption. We are all in need of God's grace. We are all in need of mercy and forgiveness. We are all in need of the reminder that new life, our own resurrection, is upon us. Now, you often hear the phrase thrown about a lot, hey, just let go and let God. Usually when we hear that, we think of letting go of our mistakes, of letting go of our past. But also, I really believe it's important to let go of our future. You're like, well, wait a second, Coach, let go of the future? Now listen, do we need to plan? Sure. Do we need to prepare? Absolutely. But we need to let go of those potential outcomes that we cannot predict. We need to let go of those anxieties and worries that steal away, that rob us of our precious and beautiful present. Now, I know to walk this path that we are walking together is not easy. It is incredibly difficult, but we are going to walk it together. And on this weekend especially, we are reminded of the path that Jesus walked, which was also not easy. How many times must Jesus have wished he could just shut it all down? Just quit. Just walk away from the messiness of life, from the difficulty of his calling. How many times must he have said to himself, man, I was supposed to be a carpenter, where one is always in control, where all ends align perfectly, where every angle runs true. And today, where would Christ be in all of this? Now, it's hard to say. I'm no expert. But I just tend to think he wouldn't be building an underground bunker and hoarding milk and toilet paper. I don't think he'd shut down. I don't think he'd take the easy way out. I'd like to think Jesus would be out there marching through Marrero, looking for lepers in Lakeview, teaching, healing, comforting, engaging with the most vulnerable in our community. It wouldn't be easy, but it would be what he was called to do. So students, what are you called to do? That's also not easy. If you remember, I called you, and I hope that you feel called to be nice, to pick up, to do your job, to make sure you do not eat like a feral hog, and to put down your phone when someone is speaking to you. Students, we are with you. Happiness has nothing to do with wealth or success or health or friends. We all know loads of folks who have all of those things and are unhappy. Happiness is a function of perspective. It is how you choose to see your world, to view your circumstances. So my prayer for you this Easter, students, is that you all clearly see the awesome talents you have, that you clearly see the lovely people you are. We miss you so. Happy Easter. May God bless you and yours. Have a wonderful Easter holiday.